That's what I heard, Nate agreed, considering Danes. Care to explain that? That Dr. Ramsey is lying, yelled Danes, running his fingers through his hair. He moved from the bars to his bunk and back again. She's lying, I tell you, she's lying. I caught his eye, folding my arms. What reason would Dr. Ramsey have to lie? I don't know, he muttered, stopping at the bars again. Maybe she was paid off. You really think she was paid off? Nate prompted in a conversational tone, kicking invisible rocks with his shoe, glancing up at Danes. Who do you think would do that? Peering over at me, Danes barked, what about her? Yeah, she probably paid Ramsey off to say she shot an android instead of my brother. That's doubtful, Nate answered, looking at me and then back at Danes. She hasn't had contact with Dr. Ramsey in 9 years. He's right, I haven't. But do you want to know what I think really happened? I inquired, walking from one end of the cell to the other. When he didn't respond, I added, it doesn't really matter because I am going to tell you anyway. I thought you might, Danes mumbled. I think that you aren't Malcolm Danes at all, maybe not even your twin, but maybe you are Malcolm Danes and his twin's creator, I theorized, continuing to pace from one end of the cell to the other. What? He laughed, moved back to his bed and laid down. Androids. Come on. That's purely science fiction. I peered over to Dr. Manning, who now stood against the back wall of the brig. His face wore an entertained look. Gesturing to the doctor, I regarded Danes. Do you recognize the man in the back of the room? He's the doctor that stitched me up after you shattered that picture on my head. The android doctor that stitched you up after you pulled a weapon on the colonel, Nate corrected, motioning for Dr. Manning to join us. Danes gave Dr. Manning a slow, appraising once-over. An android? I don't think so. Dr. Manning raised his hand and opened his palm, revealing his menagerie of circuits. Danes stood, his face glazed with shock. He looked as if he were ready to fall down. That's not possible, he retorted, navigating his way to the bars again. You cannot be an android. I can and I am, Dr. Manning countered, shutting his palm. Then he looked straight into Dane's eyes. I know of other androids just like me. For example, I treated one that appeared identical to you in the hospital yesterday. He had a wound on his arm. I looked at Nate and Nate at me. The man that I shot yesterday was an android too. How was that possible?